So what is the specialty of the core clauses? Their specialty lies in their absolute consistency. No matter if you are using an NEC4 contract to dredge a harbour, install a IT software system, or construct a nuclear power plant, the core clauses remain completely unchanged. They form the non-negotiable legal and operational operating system of the project. The core clauses are perfectly organised into 9 distinct sections, running sequentially from Section 1 to Section 9. Let's quickly look at the map of these 9 headings so you know exactly where to find answers on site. Section 1. General, the rules of engagement. Section 2. The contractor's main responsibilities, what the contractor must execute. Section 3. Time, the programme and deadlines. Section 4. Quality, testing and managing defects. Section 5. Payment, how money flows. Section 6. Compensation events, how change is handled. Section 7. Title, who owns the materials and equipment. Section 8. Liabilities and insurance, what happens when things go wrong. Section 9. Termination, how the contract can be brought to an end. Today we are going to focus 100% of our energy on Section 1. General. This section lays down the ground rules for how all parties communicate, interpret definitions, and legally behave. Let's break down its core sub-elements. The first major sub-element under Section 1 is actions and identified/defined terms. The undisputed king of this entire section is Clause 10.1 and 10.2. This clause legally obligates the client, the project manager, the supervisor and the contractor to act as stated in this contract and in a spirit of mutual trust and cooperation. People who are new to NEC often mistake this for a soft corporate slogan. It is not. In a court of law, this is a hard, binding legal obligation. It means you cannot sit on information to gain a commercial advantage, and you cannot set administrative traps for the other party. It creates a professional code of conduct that underpins every single conversation on site. Right next to this, we have Clause 11, Identified and Defined Terms. NEC uses a highly specific typographic system to prevent confusion. Any term that is in italics, like defined cost or scope, has a strict explicit definition written right here in Clause 11.2. This ensures that when a project manager and a contractor use a word, they are legally speaking the exact same language. Our next critical sub-element is Clause 13, Communications. This is the clause that keeps an NEC project moving at high speed, and it has one brutal rule. If it isn't in writing, it legally did not happen. Clause 13.1 states that any notice, instruction, claim or certificate must be in a form that can be read, copied and recorded. If a project manager verbally tells a contractor on site to change a design over a cup of coffee, that is not a valid instruction. The contractor should not act on it until it is formalized in writing through the project's communication portal. But NEC doesn't just say, put it in writing. It attaches a clock to it. Under Clause 13.3, whenever the contract requires a party to reply to a communication, they must do so within the period for reply stated in the contract data. If your contract data specifies 2 weeks, the project manager has exactly 2 weeks to approve or reject a submittal. If they miss that window, it causes a bottleneck that can trigger a delay claim. The final powerhouse sub-element of Section 1 is Clause 15, Early Warnings. This is the project's predictive immune system. Clause 15.1 compels both the project manager and the contractor to notify each other the exact moment they become aware of any matter which could increase the total cost, delay completion, or impair the performance of the works. Notice the contract uses the word could. You do not wait until the delay has actually occurred. If there is a storm cloud on the horizon, you flag it immediately. Once flagged, Clause 15.2 dictates that the project manager enters it into the early warning register. This register is a live, shared risk map. The parties are then required to attend a risk review meeting to discuss solutions collaboratively. The focus is entirely on how do we solve this problem, rather than whose fault is this. If a contractor stays silent about a risk and logs it too late, NEC introduces a harsh penalty. The client only pays what it would have cost if the early warning had been given on day one. To wrap up Session 4, remember that Section 1 is the behavioral engine of NEC. It forces collaboration through Clause 10.1, demands strict written accountability through Clause 13, and compels proactive risk solving through Clause 15.